air pollution at its worst post-Diwali. Aam Aadmi Party BJP blame game on Diwali smog. AAP slams BJP for encouraging firecrackers.
भाजपा चाहती थी पटाखे जले और तीनों राज्यों में पुलिस भाजपा के पास, परिणाम हमारे सामने है।
BJP says Diwali not the #1 contributor.
नाकामियों का ठीकरा भारतीय जनता पार्टी को मत छोड़िए। पंजाब से जो पराली आ रही थी उसकी वजह से दिल्ली के अंदर प्रदूषण हुआ।
Delhi chokes, but politics speak. That is our top focus at 6 p.m. Prime.
Thanks for watching India Today. I'm Nabila, Jamal. The pollution levels in Delhi is now hit the hazardous levels post-Diwali. We see people choking with polluted air as many parts of Delhi has reached up to air quality index of 900. This is the situation in most parts of the NCR region, including Noida, Gurugram and the length and breadth of Delhi. I'm going to take you through all the updates. I'm Nabila, Jamal. Let me start with the headlines first. Air quality in the national capital deteriorates after Diwali. The AQI above 500 in many parts of Delhi reaches hazardous levels. Delhi government now hints at return of odd-even scheme, but yet skeptical of bringing that until conditions are really severe, is what the environment minister says.
अगर 450 से प्लस अगर सीवियर प्लस कैटेगरी में अगर AQI जाता है तो फिर सरकार इसकी समीक्षा करके फिर निर्णय लेगी।
Prime Minister Modi hits out at Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Baghel over Mahadev betting app, asks if Baghel sends some money to Delhi.
5 एजेंसियों के छापों में रुपयों के ढेर पकड़े गए हैं। यहां के मुख्यमंत्री के करीबी जेल में बंद है।
Politics escalates over Congress minority declaration. BRS alleges the Congress betraying the minorities, while OAC calls this minority declaration of the Congress a mere poll gimmick. Congress hits back, says the KTR is trying to mislead the minorities while pointing fingers at AIMIM for not fielding a candidate against BJP's T. Raja. A race against time to save 40 workers fear trapped in Uttarkashi tunnel collapse. Relief and rescue work on in full swing. Oxygen being supplied inside the tunnel. Workers reportedly are safe. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak sacks his Interior Minister Suella Braverman. This comes after she was accused of stoking tensions ahead of Armistice Day violence. In fact, Suella has accused the London police of being pro-Palestine. Deadliest phase of Israel's Hamas hunt as the war rages on near Gaza hospital. India votes for UN resolution slamming Israeli occupation in Palestine. 145 nations vote in favor of UN resolution. All right, before I get to the thick of it, I'm going to take you through the numbers, sheer numbers that explains to us the situation that currently persists in the Delhi-NCR region when pollution levels have peaked in many areas. If I could take our viewers through, those who have possibly been debating about how far and how much Diwali actually contributes to pollution levels, here's a quick graph to give you an understanding. Well, in 2021, 2 years ago, before Diwali, the air quality would be at 281, and right after Diwali, it would hit 314. We see similar pattern even in 2022, if I could take you through a year after. In fact, in 2022 as well, similar patterns that shows the air quality first at a certain level, I mean much lower than what it would be when Diwali hits. If I could skip to 2022, please. Well, if we could show 2022 on the graph here. All right, well, we have 2020 and 2021 figures, and both of them shows very clearly how air quality index has been lower, significantly lower before Diwali, and has shot up right after Diwali, as in 2021 and 2020. These are the 2 years that we are showing for you. Now, while the figures clearly show that the air quality index really worsens when it comes to Diwali celebrations or bursting crackers during the weeks of Diwali, it indeed contributes to air pollution, and air quality index is a real indicator to show its spike. Now, politics over the air quality has really peaked. If I could again take your glance through here, a quick look at the firecrackers that really adds to the smoke and pollution levels. In terms of, if I could compare it with the number of cigarettes that one would smoke. Here's a snake tablet, which is very commonly used among children. The snake tablet with about 64,500 PM2.5, that's the emission that it emits. It's about smoking, the kind of smoke that emanates is equal to smoking nearly 2,932 cigarettes. All right, let's go to a fulgari. That's the most popular firecracker. And you see, it's nearly about smoking 472 cigarettes. A chakra, again a very popular firecracker for kids, it's equal to smoking at least 431 cigarettes. And anar, equal to smoking 221 cigarettes. This is how bad it is. Bursting firecrackers, whatever be the occasion. Of course, Diwali is a festival. It's banning firecrackers altogether is hurting religious sentiments. We see extensively. But this is a Supreme Court order. A ban on bursting firecrackers, considering the high levels of pollution that currently persists in the Delhi region. Now, if I could give you meanwhile, as we see the situation in Noida and Gurugram, it's better than the national capital. Noida, the air quality index now is at 166, if I could say, which is considered to be in the unhealthy category, but still slightly better off than Delhi. And then we take you through Gurugram. In Gurugram as well, the air quality index there is at 159. That falls under the unhealthy category there as well. In fact, taking you through the air quality index in Delhi region, most parts of Delhi region, it falls between 400 to 900. RK Puram actually reported about 900 early this morning, and that's severe. That comes up to hazardous levels. Now, any air quality between 150 to 200, anything above 100 itself is looked at as poor and unhealthy. Politics, of course, at this time when we're hoping for politicians to really come up with real solutions, we're seeing blame game that continues. While accepting the air quality levels are really high, that it's skyrocketed, we see a Delhi Mantri who spin the blame on the BJP, saying it was indeed the BJP who's instigated the people, the population at large, to indulge in bursting of firecrackers. While BJP slams Kejriwal government, saying it's shameful that you're targeting one Hindu festival and accusing it of being the main contributor, whatever happens to all the parali burning, stubble burning that comes from states like Punjab. Let's have a look at what's transpired.
A brazen defiance of the country's Supreme Court. Law enforcement falls short in enforcing the Diwali fireworks ban. Once again, the nation's capital transforms into a smog chamber. A brief break from suffocating pollution due to rain dissipates into thin air once more. The Delhi government pointed fingers at the BJP for the sudden surge, accusing the Saffron Party of endorsing firecracker celebrations while the city grapples with hazardous air quality.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले पर अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता सवाल उठा रहे हैं तो ये तो कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ कोर्ट है। तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अगर आदेश की भी धज्जियां भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने उठाने की ठान ली है और लोगों की ज़िंदगी को संकट में डालने की ठान ली है, तो फिर तो अब उसके आगे तो कोई सवाल नहीं बनता है।
The AAP's assertion sparked a political firestorm as a lineup of BJP leaders launched a coordinated offensive against the Aam Aadmi Party, alleging it to be anti-Hindu.
बीजेपी संस्कृति को होने देना चाहती है, पर्व त्योहारों को होने देना चाहती है। हमें दर्द है कि पटाखे नहीं बजाने को मिल रहे हैं दिल्ली में, क्योंकि पोल्यूशन कारण है। मगर मैं सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन इनकी जो मनसा है वो तो ऐसी है कि दिवाली ही न मने लोगों की।
एक हफ्ते पहले जो पोल्यूशन के कारण थे उनके ऊपर आप काम नहीं कर रहे, लेकिन आप ठीकरा फोड़ना चाहते हैं बच्चों के पटाखों के ऊपर, हिंदुओं के त्योहार के ऊपर। साइंस की रिपोर्ट देखिए, IIT की रिपोर्ट देखिए, पोल्यूशन के जिम्मेदार क्या हैं, और पराली जहां आपकी सरकार है वहां पर उसके ऊपर आपने कोई काम नहीं किया।
कितना आपके मन में जहर भरा हुआ है कि कोई समुदाय अगर अपना पर्व मनाता है तो उसी पर दोष डाल दो, दिवाली के ऊपर ही दोष डाल दो पूरे प्रदूषण का। और 15 दिन पहले क्या हो रहा था उसका कोई जवाब नहीं। अब 10 दिन बाद जो प्रदूषण होता रहेगा उसके लिए भी दिवाली जिम्मेदार है, उसके लिए भी पटाखे जिम्मेदार है।
Meanwhile, Congress pointed out that the ban on fireworks was disregarded even in the VVIP zones of the city on Diwali night.
Even in Lutyens, Delhi, that is where the Supreme Court is, you had firecrackers going off till 2 a.m. in the morning. Every restriction was flouted with impunity.
Assam's chief minister endorsed fireworks as an integral part of the Diwali festivities. Beyond the political rhetoric, scientific evidence revealed how fireworks instantly escalated pollution levels in different parts of Delhi. A pressing question remains unanswered. How is it that law enforcement struggled to enforce a court-ordered ban, allowing these hazardous celebrations to persist? Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let me cut across to our reporters who've been tracking different parts of Delhi, the air quality index as it worsens. I'd like to find out from them what's the situation on ground as of now. These are live images as it comes right behind them. Abhishek Anand, who joins us, Piyush Sharma and Anmol Bali. Let me start with Abhishek Anand. Abhishek, you're in Noida. In terms of the air quality index, it shows slightly better than Delhi, but we saw all through the night, I was witness to it and a host of others, we heard unabated bursting of firecrackers, as if there's no respect to the Supreme Court order whatsoever.
Well, Nabila, while we are talking, the firecrackers are still going on. This is the first thing which I want to tell you. Second thing is, we have been reduced to enjoy poor.
We seem to have a problem with your connection, Abhishek. I'm going to try and patch you back. But in the meanwhile, let me cut to Piyush Mishra, who's joining us from Vijay Chowk in Delhi. Piyush, go on. What's the situation on ground? Is the air still worse? Are you doing all right? Have you got reactions from the public?
Well, absolutely, Nabila. The situation continues to worsen in national capital. Right now, I'm reporting from Kartavya.
Has not improved. Like you were showing the reports to our viewers as to how politics continues to take place, but the situation has further deteriorated. I'm right now reporting from Kartavya Path, and during normal days when air quality is almost in very good category, we could clearly see India Gate from this very point, but today it is not visible. The visibility level is also reduced to all-time low. You can see as to how India Gate, which is on normal days, is visible from this point, is not visible, and that's because the entire area has been engulfed into a layer of thick smog. Though people who are on Diwali vacations, they have come here in large numbers, and they are forced to inhale the hazardous air, and we are right now showing the reality check from this spot, from the ground, from Kartavya Path, and from this very spot, during normal days, we can clearly see India Gate from naked eye, but today it is not visible because of the situation which has now worsened. At one side, our party blames BJP for inciting people for bursting firecrackers. On the other side, BJP continues to mount pressure over our party government, not only in Delhi but also in Punjab. BJP is saying that the situation has not worsened because of the bursting firecrackers, but because of the continuous stubble burning. In fact, CJP is also coming out with a data saying that out of 1,400 cases of stubble burning in the entire north region, 900 have been reported from Punjab only. So BJP is now asking questions from Aam Aadmi Party, but Aam Aadmi Party is saying that
All right. Well, blame game, unfortunately, is what is playing out instead of actually diving into finding solutions. Let's just hope we move on from actually political ego clashes here and find an actual solution for the troubling situation. Anmol Bali, who joins us live from Connaught Place. Anmol, how bad is the air quality at this point? At the moment, even if Delhiites want to speak up, they really have no moral standing. They've indulged in bursting of firecrackers, being mute spectators to people who are doing so. So it's really for all of us to bear the brunt now.
Nabila, the current situation of pollution in the national capital and the air quality is in very bad state. If I talk about the current AQI in the national capital, that stands 358, which comes into the very poor category, and the data which I am citing is from Central Pollution Control Board. And as you can see, this is around 6 in the evening, and still you can see a thick layer of smoke which has engulfed national capital as well as the adjoining areas. Today, Delhi Environment Minister Gopal Rai held a press conference where he blamed Bharatiya Janata Party, Haryana as well as Uttar Pradesh, both states which are ruled by the BJP, and he said that the crackers which were brought into national capital were brought from these states, and the administration from these states helped traders to buy crackers and to sell them in the national capital. On the other hand, Manoj Tiwari also targeted Gopal Rai and said that Aam Aadmi Party is an anti-Hindu party. Why they are blaming a Hindu festival for the pollution in the national capital. But big question arises here that this is an every year phenomena. Why government is not focusing? Why opposition is always targeting? He also discussed about the odd and even. Gopal Rai said if the pollution situation in the national capital will exceed the severe or very severe category, again government could think about to implement odd and even in the national capital. When asked about the artificial rain, he said consultations are going on with IIT Kanpur, and if the situation deteriorates, then they could also initiate artificial cloud seeding to rain the national capital and to bring the AQI to the normal or to some less levels. Nabila.
Stay with us, Anmol. I'm going to cut to Abhishek Anand, who's in Noida. Abhishek, go on. Your audio seems to be okay now. Please tell us in Noida, firecrackers were being burst all through the night. You said you were witness to it too. What's the air quality like at the moment?
Well, the air quality is still in very poor category, Nabila. I must tell you two things here. First is the wind speed is slightly improved, and as a result, the air quality has improved, but it's still in very poor category. Unfortunately, we have been reduced to celebrate poor. Now, the second thing is there are still firecrackers going on when we are talking. The firecrackers can be heard right now. So this is the ban on firecrackers has gone for a toss, and there is no stopping of this. There is no pause for this bad air quality as far as the firecrackers and the stubble burnings are concerned. Both the things are making the air quality in entire NCR very poor to hazardous category. Also, the construction and the dust of the construction materials are making things worse, especially in the parts of Noida and Greater Noida where construction of high-rise buildings are going on. Right behind me, you can still see the fog in the air. This is the smog in the air, and you can see how vehicles can easily cutting through the smog. And this is the situation across Noida and Greater Noida. In fact, Ghaziabad, the visibility was subsequently down after the firecrackers were used at the expressways, Noida, Greater Noida Expressway, Agra Expressway, and also NH24. So right now, the situation remains to be in a very poor category.
Despite all the campaigns put into action by the Delhi government, for example, Diya Jalao, Pataka Nahi, they asked for people. In fact, the Supreme Court even banned the use of green crackers. Even green crackers are not allowed until January, first week. But yet we saw people coming out with sheer sentiments and emotion on the day of Diwali and indulged in bursting of firecrackers, saying that it's not the #1 contributor to pollution, so why stop us? Well, pollution, effects of pollution versus religious sentiments. That's what's playing out outrightly in the national capital here, as we are now bearing the brunt of severe air quality. Thanks very much, our reporters, for joining us with those updates. Let's just hope that the Delhi government at the moment comes up with a quick solution to this. Now, while we speak of banning firecrackers, what we saw at a screening of a Salman Khan movie, Tiger 3, was appalling. Salman Khan fans there bursting firecrackers inside a theatre in Malegaon, Maharashtra, while the movie of Salman Khan, Tiger 3, just released, one of the first shows in Malegaon's Mohan Theatre. It was a moment that thankfully the firecrackers did not result in the place catching fire, but look at the visuals coming in from that theatre in Malegaon, where firecrackers were allowed to be burst inside theatre. This is theatre where not even outside food is generally allowed inside. You can't smuggle a chocolate, let alone a firecracker. And here you have a big bunch of firecrackers that were burst inside that theatre in Malegaon, and many of them were frightened that this could fall on them. They were seen running helter-skelter, trying to cover themselves. Very tragic. An FIR has been registered. A couple of people have been detained. And remember, this is a celebration of Tiger 3 movie, despite the Supreme Court imposing a ban on firecrackers. Meanwhile, Salman Khan has come out to school his fans, or rather give us advice or so. He says burning of firecrackers inside theatres are dangerous, asking them to enjoy the movie without putting lives at risk.
हमको पता भी नहीं था, हम लोग सब बाहर बैठे हुए थे। कुछ अचानक पिक्चर चालू होने के 2 घंटे बाद करीबन 11:15 साढ़े 11 बजे हम लोगों को पटाखे की आवाज़ सुनाई दी अंदर से। हमारा स्टाफ और सिक्योरिटी गार्ड जितने थे सब हम लोग अंदर गए। हम लोगों ने देखा कि भाई पटाखा फूट चुका है और पब्लिक भी बैठी हुई है, और कहने का मतलब है हल्का सा जो ना पटाखे फूटने के बाद जो कागज़ बिखरे रहते वो पूरे बिखरे हुए थे। लेकिन फोड़ने के बाद जैसे ही मैंने सबसे विनती की कि प्लीज़ आप, और फोड़ने के बाद ना कोई उठा ना कुछ आराम से सब बैठे थे। सबको पता था कि एंजॉयमेंट के लिए लगाया है, वहीं के वहीं सब बैठे थे। उन्होंने मेरे रिक्वेस्ट को मान दिया। उसके बाद उन्होंने एक भी पटाखा नहीं फोड़ा, पिक्चर छूटने लगा।
All right, meanwhile, in Hyderabad, at least 9 people lost their lives. They died over a building going up in flames. In fact, a massive residential building was engulfed in fire after some chemicals that were placed inside that godown erupted in flames. Basically, it was a residential building. They had no permission for commercial activities, but yet in that very apartment building, in one of the apartments in Hyderabad's Nampalli, that the chemical contingent went up in flames. We're yet to ascertain the real reason for the fire, but 9 people have died. So far, 21 people have been rescued, with 10 of them been taken to the hospital in an unconscious condition. The worry is that the death toll could also rise. Some of them are critical. They've been shifted to the nearest hospital. But what was worse was we saw politics really playing out over this incident. We saw many of the politicians from the Congress, the AIMIM, those are the visuals that came in from earlier today. Instead of actually aiding and helping in rescue operations, we saw the AIMIM Neta and the Congress Neta, their supporters, indulging in a face-off, basically trying to take claim for the help that they were providing to the people there. Nampalli is also an AIMIM area. It comes under, at least it's so far an AIMIM candidate has won from Nampalli. Feroz Khan of the Congress there also seems to be quite a popular candidate. So he's got his clout. The AIM have got their clout. Their supporters have clashed while the families were grieving. Meanwhile, BJP's G. Kishan Reddy has demanded a proper investigation into this matter. He said that he will talk to the Prime Minister about providing financial assistance to the victims' families. BRS's working president, K.T. Ramarao, has also visited the site where we saw that scuffle there breaking out among politicians. Ultimately, the cops had to resort to lathi charge to chase away those political leaders who were trying to get a one-upmanship over the other by being on the spot and trying to help in rescue operations. Remember, the fire started on the ground floor where chemicals were kept. It then spread to the floors above. And as per the initial assessment, the blaze was caused by through a spark during a car repair And that led to a spark that fell on that chemicals placed in that apartment. For more on that, you could log on to indiatoday.in. You could also download our app. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. On the other side, our sports special with Nikhil Nance.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
Powering this predictive healthcare revolution is artificial intelligence, which has already permeated many aspects of human life and has come to healthcare too. AI, along with the Internet of Things, machine learning and other cutting-edge tech has now spawned what is called the IOMT, or the Internet of Medical Things. AI produces algorithms out of vast amounts of data that help in precise and speedier diagnosis and treatment.
AI would be the one thing which will be going to do wonders, because lot many people are scared. When I talk about the people in age of 30 to 50, they are more worried than elders nowadays, because they really don't know why one of the colleague who was sitting along with them, why he got died. So that is the thing. If they'll get a thorough assessment of theirs backed by data, then they will at least give respect to their health. In previous era, we used to see heart attacks after 50s. Now 21 years, 28 years, to an extent because of the bad quality of life, too much of junk, bad food habits, a lot of alcohol and smoking. So that is giving bad health. So yes, this would be a one-stop shop. AI would really change the world.
Dr. Rai Sikhtupal on this kind of diagnostics picking up pace and on takers for it, since AI-based predictive analysis is most useful in the field of diagnostics. The growth in that industry is indicative of where India is headed, even though the numbers may appear modest at the moment. A 2023 report on AI in diagnostics in India by market analysis firm Insights 10 has projected its growth from $0.02 billion in 2022 to $0.24 billion by 2030. While early diagnosis, better treatment outcomes are the positives of AI in diagnostics, the challenges of AI are false negatives and limited data set.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
Traveling from different parts.
Armed with facts,
Looking at political back.
she takes the news by its horns.
Do you think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle.